Some call it string band music, but most fiddlers just call it fiddle tunes. Arkansas Traveler and Turkey in the Straw are 19th century fiddle tunes that just about everyone knows, but there are thousands more, for the fiddle was the dance instrument par excellence in North America from the late 18th through the early 20th centuries. Someone overhearing a string band jam session for the first time might be surprised at the music making's informality. 2 or 3 or 5 or 6 people meet, and after playing some tunes they know in common, one of the fiddlers starts a tune that the others may never have heard. After a couple of times through, the rest join in, gradually picking up the tune by ear until before very long, if the players are skillful, all are playing it as if they have always known. Tune swapping like this brings strangers together. You may know nothing about the other people in the jam, whether outside the jam they are kind or aggressive, generous or greedy, talkative or taciturn, PhD or high school dropout, wealthy or poor, country folks or city, but in a good jam, musical bonds lead to social ones. Satisfied smiles appear, complimentary, encouraging words are exchanged. You might even feel a little wonder mixed with the delight. From away, the music seems to arise spontaneously. One fiddler in the session noodles around and seems to draw a tune from the air. Others recognize it, and soon most everyone is playing it. The tune lasts for a few minutes or even longer as the musicians draw closer and the playing becomes more tightly integrated. Sometimes, but not always, it feels like more than music is going on here. The good jams model creative and democratic social communities at their best. I'll just give you a little illustration of the music that I'm talking about here. This took place only My task now is to give you an account, a description of what the experience of banjo mediation is like as the banjo player learns and adapts to the banjo the melody that he or she hears from the fiddler. You've heard that from that example there. In other words, I want to give you a chronological account of this process as it is presented to the banjo player's consciousness. While the tune is being played, during the time it takes to work out a banjo setting is remembered. The banjo player's melody is not identical to the fiddler's because, among other things, it is not possible for the blind child to play the exact same melody, nor is it desirable or banjo-like. For one thing, the banjoist plays the fifth string, or lone string, on the offbeat, and this is something the fiddler does not and cannot do. For another thing, certain melodic moves that are typical in fiddler settings are difficult for the banjo player's use
holding to the rhythmic groove that is so important in this music. The groove is more important, and expert banjo players understand that being faithful to the melodic intricacy of the fiddler player, while it can be delightful, must not come at the expense of the tune's rhythmic groove, or what some people call swing. For unless all musicians are locked into the same rhythmic groove, there is not much pleasure in playing. I want to emphasize also that this is not an instantaneous experience, as are most that are presented to consciousness, looking at an object, picking up an object, having a thought. Rather, it is a temporal, extended temporal experience, an experience in which one's consciousness is aware of the passing of time, marked by melodic movement as it registers in the brain and the body, and which remembers the time as the melody progresses. In his early work on phenomenology, Husserl was very much concerned with the human experience of time, which he called inner time. He wrote about musical listening as a process in which the experience of subsequent melodic notes is contextualized by the memory of earlier ones. This was not a new observation. But he went on to point out something that was quite original, that the person remembers them without actually rehearing them. That is, they are not represented as musical sounds in the listening experience. For Husserl, the question was then, how exactly are they represented to consciousness and the experience? But, and this is very important, because the melody of an old-time tune is repeated many times in the cyclical repetitions of the tune, the banjo player who is learning it on the fly actually does have the opportunity to rehear it, and to complicate the experience further, to play along with it each time, and to hear two or even three melodies simultaneously. The fiddler's tune, the tentatively developing and ever-changing banjo player's tune, and the memory of the tune. There is much to this, as I will discuss shortly. Let us imagine then an old-time banjo player hearing the tune for the first time and invited to play along with the fiddler's guitar. There are many approaches a banjo player may take, but all integrate within the basic clawhammer lick executed with the right hand, while the fingers of the left hand fret the melody notes. The lick consists first of a down stroke on a single string, a pause, another downward stroke, often rushing down on more than one string, and then a downward stroke by the thumb on the fifth string, the drone string. The rhythm is stroke, pause, stroke, stroke. This 1, 3, 4 is often rendered mnemonically as bum-diddy or boom-chuck, repeated as bum-diddy, 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 and so forth. This framework enables the upbeat of the diddy to stand out, bum-diddy, 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 bum. Not that the banjo player slavishly repeats this bum-diddy rhythm. One would not want to do that, that's boring. Certain variations are possible. For example, the pause may be filled with another note, but this is never a downstroke with the finger. It could be a left-hand finger hammer-on, or a pull-off, or a right-hand drop-drop. A technique in which the thumb drops from its usual playing position on the fifth or bum string to another string, usually the second or the fourth, to produce the full note. The rhythm then changes to bop-a-diddy, and so forth. Or the diddy may be replaced by bum or boppa to get bum-bum instead of bum-diddy, or to get boppa-bum or boppa-boppa, using hammer-ons, pull-offs, and drop thumbs. Or melody notes could be alternated with the string drums, odd and odd. With this basic toolkit, the clawhammer banjo player is able to render much, although not all, of the fiddle melody. Of course, it's possible to separate melody from the banjo with one's usual. All the banjo player needs is to know the melody, how to go through the mind or hum it. We'll listen to a recording of it and get it in the mind so that the banjo player can have it in mind and find it out on the banjo. And at one's leisure, this way, one can stop the melody and repeat a phrase, try out various ways of reproducing it, or merely it, or something like it, or something more banjo-like banjo. This kind of playing or practicing or setting a tune does not take place in real time in the jam. As in the jam, the tune goes by at a pretty good clip, one time after another without stopping. You have to pick it up on the fly. This sort of situation can be simulated by listening to a recording and then trying to play along with it as it goes by, perhaps setting the playback machine to loop the recording so that it plays over and over again. How then, in the middle of the jam, but a happy, a never heard before tune on the quiet playing along as that tune presented to consciousness.